Game of Skin started.
Is that fatigue gonna affect you, Chris? Or are we gonna see a straw finish?
It's my 4th beer, so we will see exceptional performance.
Oh, this tequila is gonna destroy my life, guys. Sorry.
Chris is already switching up the meta. He went all wood brick last game. 5, 6, 9 or wheat sheep.
Wait, that's me, dude. That's me.
Oh, is that you?
I love that
goodness.
spot. Love
Wait
that
a minute. Are people seeing straight now? What's going on?
Wait, that's
We're mixing
Goon?
up names, colors.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
No. Okay, Goon on blue. Chris is on green now. Oh, it's your turn, Chris. Sorry, Chris. I gave you credit for big brain spot.
What should I take?
Whatever your heart desires. You know, we saw Goon make it work with an 8 sheep. So I mean, you can do better than that.
Is this a sign?
Hey, look. Sometimes you gotta pick Johanna. All right, that's what I did right here.
Yeah, Chris on green, Rob P on the purple.
Not gonna do the main
then
tank.
Steve on orange
in the
again.
Hinterland blast
Goon is
fall
on a
says that
crazy
Legacy
spot.
had
5,
to
6,
endure
9
last
or
night.
wheat sheep.
Hey, too
That
soon,
is
too
the
soon.
curse, though.
I can't. I have PTSD from those Hinterlands.
That was a great clip, by the way. Triple hinterlands. Oh, lined up.
Great clip for one side.
Ooh, ouch.
Hey, at least you could say, you know, you were there.
Taking this.
That's where I want.
Ooh.
All right, looks like it's going to be a battle down south.
Chris
Oh, wow.
inserting himself. Rob, you're so fast with your placements.
Excuse me.
You're like
Sorry, I
right
had
after.
2 choices. You took one of them.
Oh boy, he already placed
This-
it out.
This is not how pros play, Rob. You need to take 10 minutes.
I'm obviously not a pro.
Sorry, there's a Rob plays on very fast setting, and it's too slow for him. Oh my goodness!
We're taking a page from the Goon book right now.
On the desert at that as well. Just saying, you know.
The desert spot for Steve this game.
There we go. I like it. Hey, respect, man. Respect.
I'm just following in your footsteps. You wrote the book. I read it. Come on, what's going on?
Why didn't you take the desert first? So you get 3 cards.
He did, didn't he? Did he?
No.
that's
I don't want to talk about it. I'm trying to give you guys a
Okay,
head start
Steve.
before I
How
come
many?
flying back.
How many are we at?
This is my 4th one. 4th beer of the
Good,
night.
good.
I'm
Melly,
not
Melly,
even
you
the
better
worst
look out
offender.
for him.
She's not even paying attention right now, dude. I'm in the clear, boys.
All right, so Rob, what are you thinking? You were so fast on that first one. You got to have a backup spot, right?
I do. I've got a couple of options here. I think I'm going to go for the 8-3-4 on the right hand side with the sheep.
That's not
Going
bad.
double on 8. I tend to not like going double on the same number though.
That's a good number,
Especially
though.
early
We like 8 sheep around here.
Yes,
me
we do.
It gives me a road right away as well, which is quite nice.
True.
I think we're doing it.
And you're also right there next to a sheep port.
That's right. That's right. Oh, he's stealing. He's ripping the sheep port strats. It's just like double support, right? They all rip that strat.
Mhm.
All right, Rob, I got to ask. You
Go for it.
Michael Udall, 30K owner. Is this one of those situations where he said, Goon, Steve, Chris, before you can face me, you have to face Rob? And he said, you guys aren't ready.
yeah,
Is that why he sent you?
I'll say Michael speaks a big fucking game about his Catan prowess, so I think next time you'll definitely have to get him in because he has promised to school all of you motherfuckers.
Yeah, but it's not on
Oh
rules, not on
my
regular
God.
rules.
Yeah, great. He has house rules. It's
He
fine.
has some
He's a
crazy
pro.
house rules. And you know what? They can't do that in Colonist. He's got to play by the real rules.
Yeah, exactly.
There
He's
you
out
go.
there. He's out there, you know, with a handicap.
Yeah.
Tell him
Mike's
to take
the
off
real
the tricycle
stud.
wheels
He's the
or
real stud.
training wheels.
I remember my first time playing Catan. It was like 2 months ago.
It was like 2 months ago. Yeah. He learned from the best, though.
True.
When we're speaking about learning from the best, if Marcus Heinz is watching, I'm sorry,
Ooh,
mate. Please train
that's
me.
true.
Please teach me.
Mr. Lassie out there. You know, you're going to catch a piece of him on Sunday. Not on my stream, though. But if you follow all my Twitters and Discords, you'll figure out where it's at. There's some
All right,
really good
boys.
players out there. Really good ones.
I think we're gonna do this. It's gonna be nuts.
What we doing?
What are we doing?
Desert.
But I believe in the heart of the dice. All right.
Oh my goodness, Goon.
I'm scared for what happened.
Oh my god.
Oh man, everyone's just trolling this game.
Hey,
Interesting.
is it trolling if you're winning?
Oh.
That's the question. Is it trolling if you're winning?
I mean, you're more inclined to troll when you're winning.
That's fair.
All right, good
I'll
luck,
be
guys.
fine.
Good luck on this game number 3. Remember the score. Remember the score. You guys are playing for
True.
Org Pride right here. We'll see you in a bit.
Look, at the end of the day, we all had a good time and we all kicked Chris's ass. So that's all that matters. Let's
Wait,
go.
we're tied. Wait a minute.
I'll be free as long as I don't come last.
Oh,
All right. So everyone's having a good time over there. Some wild placements here. Legacy, talk to me.
Ooh, I absolutely loved Goon's first placement, but while I was intrigued and liked his strategy last game, I'm not as big of a fan of it this game. I think he's doubled up on the 9, which makes it just the biggest target on the board, and when that is your only spot with your port, and that's going to be the target, I think you could get blocked into a really rough game, especially when your other spot is a 12, so it's, in theory, non-existent.
Such a good point. I mean, that is the lifeline for Goon. That is the entire pivotal piece of this entire setup. I mean, Goon's got his work cut out. Rob spread out again, 8-3-4, 8-5-10. He doubles up on the 8, which gets blocked immediately. They do not want Rob to get too far ahead. Chris looking slightly better, 8-5-10, 3-6-11, a little bit of everything. A little bit light on ore, but he's going to that 4-5-11 with the road drop down. I kind of like Chris's spot here.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think, when you have the board where there's not a ton of value and you go for the port strategy, I think, like we saw last game, it can definitely pay off. But I think when you have 2 people that go for a port strategy, there's something good that gets left in the middle of the board. And I think Chris was the benefactor of, just getting multiple really good spots.
Yeah, and he's hitting these 11s. Steve, we didn't mention just yet. He's pushed out onto that western edge. He's on that wood porter already, 6-8-9. Don't forget that. He can actually port away 2 for 1 for everything. There's no race here, though. Chris sets down a settlement 4-5-11 right out the gate, round number 2.
Yeah, Chris does not waste any time. Gets another nice center spot, and he can continue making his way, and he can just fully surround that 11 ore if he wants to, and get that 9-10-11, and that's another great spot.
Huge if real. If he gets another triple hex spots, triple on the 11, every 11 is almost a city. And he's got that nice 6 wheat to go with it. Looks good.
And it's something where, as you roll a 7 and you're looking for someone to block, and you're like, he's in the lead. Do I really block
Are
the
you
11?
really
Or
gonna put it on 11?
am I going to block his 8? And, it's something where people hesitate to block that 11. And, when it hits, it'll be big.
Oh, if it hits, it hits. And we're talking about the 11. It hits.
I guess that's the the caster magic. We already talked about caster curse.
Caster
You gotta say it in a positive note this time.
That's right. What's the opposite of caster curse? It's the caster magic, right?
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers to everybody. I'm just going to pause right there. Catan Champs is in the chat right now. Of course, I'll stop everything. Catan Champs, one of the biggest Catan promotions out there right now. They've got a league that runs a month long, and tomorrow we're actually casting the semifinals and the finals, so you get even more Catan action tomorrow if you want to see it. Cheers, Catan Champs.
Yeah, cheers. Love this game. So anyone that's continuing to push it and promote it, cheers to you.
Perfect. Chris, 8-5-10, citied up, first settlement, first city. Chris is at 4 points and everyone else is at 2. This is like a 10-minute
And the
Sky Temple
11
game.
gets again. Oh my. Chris is absolutely on fire.
Chris
I think if we looked at that chart, I don't know if we looked at the last game, but 11 might be the highest rolled number on the board right now.
You're right. I didn't actually look at the dice. I didn't look at, any of those stats, which I usually do. I mean, 11s are going to be big this game for sure. Oh, Goon gets robbed. Okay, let's jump into chat and Legacy, you might want to listen to stream for this one, but we're going to jump into comms and hear what Goon has to say.
Robert. Okay, that's pretty
There we
good.
go.
Oh, thank you very
Oh,
much.
actually, right, that's actually a pretty good graphic, I approve.
That's a big city, but man, Chris who is this? Chris, did you hire someone to play for you?
Yeah,
Shit,
he's,
it's so obvious. Fuck.
I was like, this is a different player right here.
Oh, yeah. I just had a call with my coach quickly, and he told me, "Stop with this shit. Just stop playing."
just start playing. Yeah.
You got Zane
Yeah.
to start drafting for you, okay.
Yeah. I think the big difference actually is that I
46.
didn't have to start this time. The last 2 games I needed to put my first.
Oh,
colony
you
first.
don't
Yeah.
like first. Oh.
No, I'm not a first player.
You know what? Who cares about statistics? Statistically, first, second position, they're the best. Who cares?
Yeah, correct. Goon is taking the 12th and he's hitting it, so who cares about statistics?
That's right.
Yeah,
Who
honestly.
cares?
Someone help a brother out.
Yeah, those are just mumbo jumbo numbers, right?
Oh.
So,
That's right. I like your spot, Chris. I really like where this is going. But I mean, I'm not going to jinx you. Legacy is the one with the caster curse and the caster magic. So if anything happens, blame Legacy.
all right.
I blame
Thanks,
Legacy. For
Legacy.
this.
I'm the reason that everyone else loses. But yeah, I think Chris might have this one. We'll see what
Ooh.
happens.
You guys
Keep
heard
saying
it.
that, please. Keep telling him
I
that.
think I'm fucked.
No, Rob's got such a good spot. I mean, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see
Yeah,
how
I
this
just need
plays
a
out.
fucking single wood.
It'll come.
Come on.
It'll come. You'll get that wood. You'll get that wood. All right. So, I mean, they understand. Chris is in the lead. Rob, he's waiting for that wood. He's on a 4 wood. That's a good spot. And you know what? He can probably trade something good to Steve. Steve is only on wood and ore. Rob can make so many trades happen here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And while all of that was going on, we saw kind of my premonition come about of that Robert instantly just sitting on that 9 and blocking Goon's basically entire game. When you look at the 9 with the port and everything, really want to see him get that off of there, get a 7, get it removed, get some knights going so that he can really protect that 9 spot.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Goon to really do anything with this, and this block, unfortunately, doesn't catch Chris at all, and Chris ends up with 11 cards, and he's trying to trade 5 cards for a single ore. Let me get in chat real quick.
Yeah, dude.
Chris, what are you doing? Chris, stop it. Chris, get out of here. Stop it. Chris, what are you doing?
Listen.
I want this in ore.
He
Can you give
really
me
wants
one
the
turn
ore.
to make a rock so I can trade for
He
that?
really wants that ore, but he doesn't realize that he put the robber on the one person.
Okay, but someone out there's got ore, and they're about to get 7 cards on this trade?
Nobody's got it. The bank has it all, dude.
Nobody has it, dude.
Okay, then I'll take.
Oh my goodness, I was on the edge there.
The
Whoever was
ref's
about to
calling
take
it out. Sorry,
it, whoever was about to take it, I was like, oh,
Oh,
this is
come on.
massive.
Thanks for the wood, Rob.
All right, I had to jump in there. That was about to be the wildest trade I'd ever seen in Catan history.
offered 7 for 1 and
7
doesn't go
for
through.
1.
That's crazy. I mean, he ends up getting 2 dev cards.
He's got 2
Maybe
dev
he get-
cards. Yeah.
Maybe he gets a year of plenty, or something like that, so he can actually get that ore.
He's well on his way to largest army too. He's already got 1 down, 2 more in there. Maybe he's got the mono. Maybe Rob finally doesn't get the mono.
Yeah, Rob seems to pull those monos like every game. I
He's
don't
a
know.
mono
Luck of the draw.
magnet. Yeah. Rob's got a good spot now though. He expanded out, doubling up on the 5. He's doubled up on the 8. Sheepport is activated. Steve with the double city. This game
Yeah,
is
that sheep.
all
That
over.
sheep board is huge. Finally getting that up and running is that I think is the core of Rob's strategy in this game. So now we can really see how far he can go.
Yeah, he's got the double 8 plus the 10 sheep. That's a nice little bonus. But I guess the problem is still no ore. Goon's sitting on all that ore. Does it stay blocked? It's got to move at some point. Goon's only at 3 points right now. Everybody else is pulling ahead. That 9 ore, it's going to get cleared out right away.
Yeah, I mean, ore is definitely the scarce resource. We talked about 11 hitting a bunch earlier. Haven't really seen much lately, but for Steve, if that 3 can hit, that'd be pretty big for him.
Ooh, that's a big hit, that 3. That gets some rare brick out there. 3, 10, 11 for bricks. There's not a lot of brick on this board. Everyone's going to be on cities before they get these roads. So, Steve's actually got a unique position here. He's going to be able to trade all that wood in for some brick. He's going to end up with the longest road, I think. The 3 4s of Rob might not be enough to do it. I think Steve is going to settle first and then keep building these roads, but I like Steve's spot here in terms of longest road.
Yeah, so if you're Steve, where's your, I think the settlement on the 3-4 is, I'd say most likely next spot, but where do you go from that? Do you look to the 3-1, or do you say, I already have wood, pretty much everything I own is wood. Do I try to go inward and fight for that 9, 10, 11? What do you think there?
Steve's going for 2 brick. I think he's going for, he's going 9, 10, 2. No, he's going 6, 2. 2 roads would have cut him to the 9, 10, 11. At least you catch a bit more of that ore.
He says, I want more wood with this wood port, and I want that 6. I want that 6 is what he said right with that move right there.
He wants the 6. He's going to triple up on the 6. Unfortunately, they're going to get blocked out. 8 wood. That catches Chris and Steve. Goon flexing his army muscles here. But you know what? On the very next turn, Chris with 3 development cards. I think that's going to get cleared out right away.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think, from my stance, I'd still like Chris as the favorite. What are your thoughts? Are you still leaning Chris, or
Oh,
are
man.
you thinking Steve with that wood port? Or, maybe one of the others?
You know what? Chris is in such a huge spot. He said, right back at you, Goon. You play a robber. You put the knight on me. I'm going to put it right back on you with another one. Slams it down on the 9 ore. He will have no contest for largest army. And right now, he's porting 4-1 sheep for ore. He's trying for another city, 6-3-11, my guess. And he'll be able to build down to the wheat port on the 10 brick on the southwest. If he can get there, Chris is in a fantastic spot with largest army.
Absolutely. Yeah, the wheat port is something I didn't really even look at till now, and since you point that out, if he can get that city on the 6-11-3 like you mentioned, along with the wheat port, nothing you like better than having a 2-for-1 on a 6.
No way though. Steve, meanwhile, trades 6 wood, 2-for-1 for a brick, a sheep, and a wheat. Gets the settlement down, but he draws the attention of the robber. That's the problem with building on the 6-2. All of a sudden, Goon moves the knight over. 6 is blocked out. The 12 hits for Goon. This guy is hacking.
Oh, the fabled 12. I think that's the second or third time that's hit this game too. So pretty nice return for good on that.
Goon is laughing right now. Who cares about statistics? Who cares about the numbers? It doesn't matter. Goon is riding the wave off of this 5-6-9. Oh, Rob has a decision. You know, Rob doesn't have army. Rob doesn't have road. His competition is actually Steve, and he blocks the 8 wood.
Yeah, I think what I'm curious about is at some point in this game, do you turn to, you know, Goon is in the total point lead. I want to continue to block Goon rather than someone who might win this particular game.
Oh, I think
this is a series.
Ooh, true. I mean, Goon's only at 3 points right now, so he's last in this game. He's not even close to winning. His only expansions are 6, 11, 12. Yeah, and Steve, 7 points, longest road. He's so far 7, 4, 4, 3. They're gonna start ganging up on Steve right away, and they're maybe gonna get Rob the longest road if he can manage it. Goon 4-1ing for a wood and a brick. He's gonna drop a road down. I don't know, 6, 11, 12 or 9, 10. Goon goes 9, 10 instead. He's all in on that ore.
So I have to ask you, because you watch and cast a lot of games. How often do you see the port strategy right off the bat pay off? Like a singular spot. We saw it win last game. We saw it win last game. And Steve's in a great position this game.
So that port strategy is like a 1 in like 99. Because most of the time, you'll get shut out of it. Now, granted, this is actually a better single port strategy than even the one that Goon had. Goon was on a 4 and a 10. Steve is on a 6, 8, 9. So his probabilities are much better. He also caught a bit of that extra ore. He's got 2 cities up already. Goon didn't even have 2 cities on the sheep. So Steve's actually in a much faster spot here. And you know, Goon on this 9 ore right now. Great ore, best ore spot, even the best wheat spot. But you know what? Even if he double cities, triple cities up, he's still got a long way to go.
Yeah, he does. And so, just looking back at the standings, Goon was in first, Rob was in second, and they're right now in fourth and third. So,
Anybody's
this
game
is
right
a very, very close from an overall series view.
This is actually major. You know what? If Goon ends up building one more road and builds on the far side of this 10 brick, Chris gets shut out of all the ports again. No wood port, no wheat port. Chris is forced to build on the 9, 10, 11, and even though that's great production, 4-1 trades only. So if Goon builds one more, even if he builds here, the only reason I want him to build one more road is so he can build on that far 10 and still save the 9, 10 as a spot. Otherwise, he blocks himself out of the spot. But if he can block that out, Chris is in such a tough spot. And it might be Steve's game.
Yeah, I mean, I was very skeptical at the start with 2 people doing port strategies, but I mean, you gotta hand it to Steve. He's played it to its fullest for sure.
Steve's sitting at a solid 7, and it doesn't look like road's gonna be taken. Like, even if Rob builds 2 roads, that's just enough to tie. So there's a big window here for Steve to keep sitting up, but if that 6 stays blocked, Goon's gonna come back.
That's a big 6 for Goon. Hopefully he can utilize that and start making a little comeback here.
Yeah, Rob's gonna have a tough time. As good as the sheep port is, as good as the double wheat is, good as the 4 resource strategy is, there's no ore for Rob again. So Rob doesn't get development cards. Rob doesn't get cities. Rob is gonna be building roads and settlements, and then he's gonna build all 5, and that's gonna be it. But Rob actually goes 2-1 with the sheep, trades for the ore, gets the development card, and hopes for something good. But the 11s are so strong for Chris.
Huge 11. It'd been a while since that was rolled. We talked about earlier of how that can just change the game.
Let's go check in on Chris and see how he's feeling about those 11s.
Rob.
Goon, my man.
Do you need some wheat, man?
I wouldn't be averse to it.
Do you have any extra, brick laying around?
Wait. Before you make a trade, you need wood, right?
No, I don't.
Rob needs wood, right?
No. I'm not talking. We're not talking to you, Rob. Do you
Wait a minute.
do you need some wheat for a brick?
We're gonna let these trade deals happen before we
I'll
fuck
do that,
Chris.
right?
All right, here. Let's do this.
I feel ya. Us lower ranked people need to stick together.
Oh, some
against
mutual
these-
trades
Oh,
going
I
on here.
didn't have-
One
didn't have
for
the chance
one.
to press yes. Disgusting.
Oh, that's disgusting. 1 for 1 trades.
Disgusting.
Jeez.
I
Get
actually
shut out.
can't. We came in here.
1 trade.
Legacy and I
it's
want
not
to ask
balanced.
Chris, how do you feel about all these 11s rolling?
It's disgusting. I don't know
It's
what to say.
disgusting. It's gross. But yeah, Goon just plowed you out there. No wheat port for you. How does that one feel?
Disgusting.
Also disgusting. Equally disgusting.
Yeah, I tried to get some ore. I feel like I don't even dare to ask for ore anymore because I'm scared that you are stepping in again.
Yeah, you can't
Okay, no
trust
comment.
Goon on these ones. It's tough.
What are you talking about, man?
I mean, Steve. Okay, let's take stock. Steve's at 7 points.
Yeah, he is.
He is. Steve's at 7 points. That's a nice block, by the way. Rob's at 4, Steve at 7, Goon at 4. Rob and Goon, right now on the leaderboard, leading the whole thing, but last in this game. How do you play that? How do you play that out?
That's a good start. Rolling that. Shit. What do I do?
You just roll the dice, man.
Just
See what
roll the
happens.
dice. That's what this game
I
is
need
all about.
Anybody got a sheep?
What do you need? Oh, what do you give me for it?
I can give you wood.
No wood.
Absolutely right,
I'll
Vamos.
take-
If somehow this single port
Or-
strategy works,
Ore grain.
it's the new meta.
So you
Nobody
can
expects
take a
it.
cool, refreshing glass of hide and go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Oh, it's getting real
Have fun with your
spicy.
4
Game
points.
3.
Have fun with your 4 points.
I have to ask Steve, how are you feeling? And being blocked this whole time, you've been quiet since we jumped in chat, just kind of trying to lay low with that 7 points, or
Well, here's the thing. I forgo the extra resources at the beginning of the game
did.
because I believed this hard in this strategy.
Oh, it was a sacrifice.
dominating.
I don't see it changing. I just think that these guys can't keep up in game 3, man. Come on.
Yeah, and he's still dominating.
Still dominating. I don't know. Watch out for Chris. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Good luck. Good luck in
speak
game
of him.
3.
Oh my goodness.
All right, game 3 underway. Rob dropping down the roads to match longest road with Steve. And the reason I say look out for Chris, not just because of the 11s, he's already got 2 knights down, triple dev cards. Who cares if he doesn't have a settlement? Oh, but this might be the nail in the coffin. Steve coming back to the 9, 10, 11. If Chris doesn't get the expansion spot, he has to buy development cards, and he has to get 2 victory points.
Yeah, I think the other thing to highlight here is, Steve has this, he has longest road. On his way there, he kind of just passed up that 3-4 spot that he can build a settlement on still. So he doesn't need a road, he doesn't have to do anything there. He could very easily, sneakily throw up 2 settlements very quickly.
Big turns possible, if he gets multiple settlements, especially with all these cities. 6 is tripled up. If he builds on the 9, 10, 11, he'll be tripled up. If he gets this 8 opened up, he'll have so much wood, 2 to 1. Goon, though, what's his next play? I think he's looking at a 6, 11, 12 settlement. And he's going to start making use of that wheat port along with all this ore. He's only got 1 knight down, no devs, though. So Goon's got a ways to build out here.
Yeah, I think you're right that 6, 11, 12 has to be the next play, especially now that he has that wheat port. I think you want to get another piece of that 6.
Exciting game for sure. Chris, contemplating their next move with 5 resources, rolls the 7, and that's actually Rob that gets robbed out. Is that coincidence?
Disaster.
Rob
Rob gets robbed.
Rob gets robbed? Rob?
That's disaster for Rob because he's sitting here. He's got 4 settlements. He's got a ton of different resources that he's covering, could have made a big play on his next turn.
And that's so tough, you know, Rob, especially with this setup when you have to port everything for a city, all of your resources matter. It doesn't matter how much you have. You're going 4-1, you're going 2-1 at the sheep port. You don't have any ore at all of those resources, it's going to set you back so far.
Yeah, and I think one thing to point out here, we've talked about some of the positioning, but we haven't really talked about largest army in a while. That Chris is sitting on 2 army and 3 dev cards in his hand currently, so the chance that one of those is a knight and he could very quickly add another 2 points is very real.
And you know what's amazing is that he actually rolled a 7 on this turn. Some people would maybe put on like the 9 wood in the top left, put on the 9 wood, steal something, play the knight, then put it on the 6 wood. So you get to block the 6 wood and get your largest army out there. Now he can afford to wait. Even if Rob or Goon buys another knight, Chris can still wait to play their knight until they play theirs. So if Chris has any other cards now, a road building or a year plenty, that they can get out, road settle on the 9, 10, 11, I like that a lot more to guarantee that spot.
Yeah, I think that's one thing, when you're at a spot where you have 3 dev cards, one of those, like we talked about, most likely a knight. You want to be able to play that in case Rob or Goon plays a knight on their next turn. I guess they don't have dev cards, so he has a little bit more time, but it's something where you can only play 1 dev card in a turn. It's not like you can go off and start playing 2-3 dev cards. Wow. So at this point, if you have 3 and you have something you can get value of, you might want to start playing it.
You're right. You got to start playing those when you got them, because Chris is over 9 cards now. A 7 will hit him. But Rob, what I'm more surprised is, dropped 2 roads for longest army, but he didn't go for the 3-1 port on the 4 wood. He instead goes for 2 roads up to the 5 wheat, which is a little bit better in probability, but that 3-1 port would have made him so much more efficient in terms of trading out here. Goon passes with no production. Chris dodges the 7, 13 resources, 3 development cards. Ooh. This is a big turn.
Huge turn here for Chris. We see some dev card action going on.
I think he's got a monopoly. I think he's got a monopoly and like 2 points right now. Because he would have played, a road building or something to get to the 9, 10, 11. I think he's got at least 2 points in there. He just bought a knight, which makes me think that he could probably win on the next turn.
Yeah, I mean, sitting there with 4 dev cards in your hand, that's scary for everyone else in this game. He's already sitting at 6 points, could be 8 with a single knight, which you have to believe 1 out of 4 is knight.
Steve gets the settlement down. He's only at 6 though. Largest army still claimed by Rob, who pushes themselves to 7. Goon unfortunately at 6. The 11 for 4 ore. Chris is out of his mind right now. 11 resources. Goon stuck on 5.
You have to imagine that if he doesn't get 7 on his next roll, that something big is coming. Potentially game ending.
The 7, 16.6% chance to roll on this next one. Goon connects roads too, but Rob is already at 8 segments, so Goon's going to have to build like 4 more before he can take longest road. It's a long ways away. I think Chris might have this one in the bag. The 10 rolls afterwards, a couple brick to lock it up, 13 resources. Chris at 6 points. Is this a 4-point turn? Largest army, 2 victory points.
11.
That's it. Chris with 11 points. 3 victory points in there. Oh, Chris.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
This guy was sandbaggy.
Chris with 11 points. Forget 10 points. He dropped the largest army. 3 VPs.
Yeah, saving it for the last game, guys.
So you beat me by 1 point, I think, overall.
Dude,
I think two.
Wow.
all my dice were hitting, and then all of a sudden, as soon as that robber came off, not again. Never again. Didn't hit the rest of the time.
Never again. So we have our final score after 3 games. Chris with 11. He was smurfing the whole time. Rob hit 7. Steve drops down to 6 after Rob stole your road from right out underneath you. And then Goon at 4 for this last game.
All right, so the moment you've all been waiting for. 4th place with 19 points. Oxygen Steve.
Yeah,
Hey,
all
Oxygen.
right.
Hey. You know
3rd
what?
place.
Lily Strats, last in the icebreaker, last on the tabletop.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
at
waiting.
least
I'm
we
waiting
played.
for the
At least we
regular
played.
season. I'm waiting for the regular season. I'm looking forward to this. You got my boy Draded in there. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you for the kind words, sir.
So
Hopefully we show better than Catan.
3rd place with 20 points. We have Goon.
Hey, WildHeart Goon. You know what? Big dub in that second game. Huge dub in that second game.
You played us. You played us. Dude.
The second game was so inspiring that multiple people went with the port strategy in game 3. So you gotta love just being an inspiration to the people.
innovator, baby. They're just now understanding the strat. I've already moved on.
I didn't even talk about the Goonovation.
I called it. I called it. You guys, he's not practicing. I don't. Hey, we out here being creative.
He's not practicing, but all of a sudden he steals a game from you, and you're like, "What happened? Where did that come from?"
So then, 2nd place with 22 points, we have Rob.
Oh, Rob with 22.
Yeah,
Such
you
a
beat me by
strong
one.
start for 30k.
That second game killed me. Really did. I did so poorly on it, and it was my fault.
Oh, this
And
third
the
game,
absolute-
you got your points in this third game, though.
Honestly, I genuinely came into this thinking I was going to come in last. So second, I'm more than happy with, and I had a lot of fun.
It's okay, I got you, Rob. I got you.
You represented really well here, Rob.
Thank you, thank you.
And with the absolute monster finish, we have Chris, the champion of Catan.
WildHeart Tabletop #1, Onyx Chris. Let's go.
How many points? How many points did this bum have?
They beat me by
24.
one.
Oh,
The two.
okay.